cleared out one of those cans that I received a video. Also, Denzel Sykes and David Waller took care of the one on ISB, the one of the encampments, after I received that. And there's another one that I received a video, and I can tell you Denzel Sykes has talked to the owner of that property as well, and they are moving the people out of there, and the owners are getting ready to clean up that site. And the streamline, I'm seeing your signs right now. And I'd just like to let you know that I have talked to, Director Rhodes from the police department. And he did send the captain and a few people down there. They do see there's a problem. And, they are getting a hold of the manager. They did get a hold of the manager of that. And recently I asked our deputy city manager, for the owner's phone number, because we've all met the new owner. And I know you saying they are allowing a lot of drug activity and everything to go on over there. So we are working on that situation as well, and we will keep working on the situations. And that's about all I have to say. Dave, correct?
Dave, yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
and I know you're a longtime resident here.
David,
so-
good citizen.
Dave, what?
Good citizen.
Okay, so we are working on you. On
Risking
those.
my life going into these camps to clean it up.
Just let you know, we are working on your situations, and we haven't cleared a lot of those encampments that you have said. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. First, I'm gonna apologize for being a little bit verbose with this, but I recognize that our community sort of longs to get over the state that we've been in lately. And I do my very best to try and normally bring the temperature down in the community. And I noticed that all of you did a good job tonight. So I apologize for not being the one who was just loquacious with the temperature of things that are happening in our community. But the last few days, the sheriff of Volusia County had a few press conferences where he addressed some things that I guess were his feelings about the creation of a special event zone primarily. But a lot of it included a lot of his feelings about the people on this dais and this commission, those of us who are elected to serve here. And then some of it was directed towards me and some of the issues that we have already covered as a community. So I'm not going to go back into that because I believe that we have covered that, and it's time for us to move on and not go back there. But I will say that and some of it was an effort to address me and my tone and things that I've said in my rhetoric. I'm not going to be tone policed by the sheriff. He's not the person that is going to tone police me. It's not going to happen, shouldn't happen. I don't try to tone police him, so he's not going to tone police me. But I am concerned about, because I've received messages from a lot of people who normally don't live in Daytona Beach, but they are followers, and some live in Daytona Beach, about what was stated in the press conference. I didn't know what it was because I hadn't watched the press conference, but I kept getting a few messages and that asked me why I didn't support the creation of a special event zone, essentially. And so I think it's important for us, or for me, to address concerns that have been raised regarding those events and the suggestion that we, this commission, didn't support the creation of a special event, zone. I wanna be clear,
I don't even know
At
if I
no
want to hear
point
this BS.
was I, nor to my knowledge, was any member of this commission asked to support or oppose the establishment of such a zone. Now, I don't know if you guys were asked to support that. I just know I was never asked by anyone. And certainly wasn't asked by, the sheriff or anyone from his office. So if I wasn't asked, you guys weren't asked. The absence of a special event zone during last week's incident was not, and I want to be very clear, the fact that we did not have a special event zone last week, it was not the result of any action or any inaction by this commission. We didn't do anything to stop a zone. We didn't do anything to make one happen. I also think it's important, and I'm trying to address this because a lot of what was said was just inaccurate. It wasn't factual, and it makes it seem as though we had, for some reason, a desire not to
Trying real
support
hard not to
our police
laugh.
department and our chief. It is important for the public to understand that the authority to declare a special event or safety zone rests with the city administration and law enforcement leadership. That authority does not lie with the mayor or this elected body. It was said that I have the authority to create that zone. That's patently false. I do not have the authority to create such a zone, and neither does this commission. That authority rests with the city manager and his designee, which will be the police chief.
What a joke.
Therefore,
What
any
a joke,
implication
what a
that this
joke,
commission
what a joke.
prevented or declined to support such a designation is simply inaccurate. We did not do that. Additionally, I want to address the claims that our staff has received pushback regarding the implementation of a special district. It was stated that when a special district was to be put in place in the past, that our staff received pushback from us. I've been up on this dais, I've been on this dais the entire time that this has been a possibility for this community. To my knowledge, we have never ever once discussed a special district or the enforcement of a special district. The only time that we discussed this was when the law was being considered. And I believe that we agreed to support the law because we all felt that it was a good idea to have this as a tool in our tool belt. So claims that our staff has received pushback regarding the implementation of a special district, I can state unequivocally that I have never discouraged, nor am I aware of any commissioner discouraging the use of this tool. In fact, we are aligned in our commitment to support any reasonable and lawful measures that enhance public safety. That is why I asked for a uniform voice to express our unified approval of the special district, because I knew that there was none of us who would be opposed to that. And I also knew that there was none of us who ever opposed it. And so the fact that it's being stated as such is not fair to this commission.
Hogwash.
It's not fair to the residents of Daytona Beach. It's not fair to our police department, not fair to our police chief to imply that we somehow do not support this effort or activity. This commission
You plain out
has
didn't
consistently
support it.
provided our
You
police
didn't
department
support
with the
it.
resources they have requested. And I'm confident that we will continue to do so.
What a bunch of
We have
hogwash.
fully supported our law enforcement partners and their efforts to maintain order and protect our community. As far as I'm concerned, I've been on this dais for over 15 years. And no chief has ever asked me for any endeavor or any effort that I have denied. Not a single time have I been asked anything by any chief that I denied my ability to support or my weight, and that includes Chief Chipwood. When he was chief and he asked for body cameras, I was 100% on board. When he was chief and he asked that we move the bar closing back to 2 a.m., I was the person who pushed that, and I lost that vote. Ultimately, we've been successful. So there's not been a time that I haven't been supportive, and I can't think of any time that any member of this commission has done anything but support law enforcement. Furthermore, at no time has this commission, the city manager, or this administration instructed the police chief not to coordinate with the sheriff or to refrain from participating in a special district. At no time have any of us, to my knowledge, said to the chief or to the manager, do not participate with the sheriff as he's having a special district. I've never even had a conversation with anyone about that. Now, I don't know if you all have, but I have never had a conversation to that end. And I think it unfair to our police officers to sort of throw them under the bus in this way and to suggest that we don't support them when they're working with him. Nothing could be further from the truth, and I believe all of us want the police chief and the sheriff to continue to have a great relationship and continue to work well together. We value interagency cooperation and recognize its importance in addressing large-scale public safety challenges. Let me also be clear about where we stand today. I, along with this commission, am fully supportive of exploring and implementing a special event zone or similar measures moving forward. We're committed to working collaboratively with all partners to ensure that our public safety personnel have the tools and support they need. In closing, I believe it is critical that we correct the record. Public statements should reflect facts, not assumptions. Our focus remains where it should be, on solutions, accountability, and the safety of our residents and visitors. I thank you. I look forward to our community moving forward, moving beyond the tit for tat and focusing on solutions. And I'm praying that we will have a great weekend this week and that our law enforcement officers will feel supported and feel as though they have the tools necessary to do the job to create a safe community. And if they should have any need, I would ask and encourage that they come back and ask for us to help deliver the needs to their hands so that they can continue to do the great job that they do every single day in this community. And that concludes my remarks, and at this time we will hear from the greatest residents in the world, the residents of Daytona Beach.